The English I wish someone had taught me before college. So, can we all agree one thing? The first day of college is always the same. You walk in acting confident, but inside your brain, it's just playing one sentence on repeat mode. Like, please don't ask me to introduce myself. Then someone smiles and says, "Hey, what's your name?" And suddenly your English packets back and leaves the building. If that has ever happened to you, so today's conversation is for you. Not an English class, just the English every student actually uses in college. So, hello everyone, welcome back to our another podcast episode. In this episode, we will learn some new vocabulary word and some grammar rules that will helpful for you guys. So, let's start. Let's imagine today is your first day in college. You are standing outside the classroom and you don't know anyone, and you check your phone. Even thought nobody has texted you because looking busy somehow feels less awkward. Then another student walks towards you, smile, and say, "Is this seat taken?" Now, most of us panic. Not because the question is difficult, because we are busy translating native language to English into inside our head. Meanwhile, the other person is still waiting. So the easiest answer is no, go ahead. Or please have a sit. That's it. Simple English sounds natural. Then, after 5 minutes later, the professor walks in. Everyone suddenly becomes serious. Even the student who was laughing 1 second ago. Yeah. Then the professor says, "Could someone volunteer?" And immediately everybody becomes fascinated by their notebook. Nobody makes eye contact because eye contact is dangerous. It can accidentally become responsibility. Then your classmate whispers, "So, did you understand the assignment?" Instead of saying, "No English, try this. I understood most of it, but I missed a few points." Or, "Could you explain that again?" You notice something? You are continuing the conversation, not ending it. That's what confidence sound like. And then later, it's lunchtime, and someone asks, "Do you want to join us?" So don't overthink, guys. Just smile and say, "Sure, I'd love to." Or, "Thanks, I'll be there in a minute." Sometimes one simple sentence creates a friendship. Yeah, guys. So I still remember my own college days. The funny part wasn't the lectures, it was pretending I understood everything. But instead, my head, I was thinking, what is everyone talking about? But outside, I kept nodding like I completely understood. We have all done that. Don't lie, please. Huh? So that's also why we often misread people. We think everyone else is confident. It's real. So most people are just as nervous as you are. They are simply hiding it better. So, by the way, did you notice something? I naturally said someone asks you. So, that's present simple because I'm describing something that happens regularly. Then I said the professor is walking into the classroom. That's present continuous because you are imagining it happening right now. So, native speakers don't memorize tense names during conversations. They simply ask, "Is this a habit or is this happening now?" So, that's why grammar feels natural. Then something happened after class that completely changed how I spoke English. After class, I missed my usual commute home. Not because I was busy, because I spent 20 minutes talking to a new friend. Actually, talking is a generous word. Half the conversation was, what? Sorry, what? Sorry, could you say that again? But guess what? The conversation still happened. So that's the point, guys. You don't need perfect English. You need the courage to continue. Yes, and at one point my friend used a word I didn't know. So for a second I was tempted to just smile, pretended like I understood and change the topic. We have all done it. But this time I said, sorry, what does that mean? And do you know what happened? Nothing embarrassing. They explained it, we laughed, and the conversation became even better. Sometimes asking question makes people like you more, not less. Then something funny happened to me. We walked into the canteen. I looked at the menu and realized I had barely enough money. So I confidently said, I'm not very hungry. And the oldest student trick in history that they taught me something like college isn't about speaking perfect English. It's about making connections, helping each other, laughing at awkward moments, and slowly becoming confident. One conversation at a time. So, here's one English tip that completely changed my speaking. Instead of saying only yes and one more sentence instead of no, just explain why. For example, yes, I'd love to join you because I haven't eaten yet. And no, I can't today because I have an assignment. One extra sentence makes your English sound twice as natural. And here's another grammar trick. Earlier I said, I missed the bus. So that's an irregular verb. Miss to missed. Wait, actually, that's regular. But listen to this. I went home. Go to went. It's irregular and I met a new friend. Need to met. It's irregular. So don't memorize long lists. Notice these inside real conversation so your brain remembers story better than tables. So, before we finish, I want you to imagine something. Just imagine it's your last day of college. You meet the nervous version of yourself from the first day. What would you say? I think I'd smile and say, relax. The English gets better, the confidence gets better, and one day you'll laugh at the things you are scared of today. And always makes me smile, guys. Yes, so today's comment challenge for you. Tell me what's the most awkward thing that has ever happened to you in school or college. So did you forget someone's name, answer the wrong question, walk into the wrong classroom? So write it in the comments, guys. Let's laugh about it together. So before we finish, let's take a small word tour. So our first word is misread. Its meaning to understand something incorrectly. For example, I misread my classmate's expression, and another one is don't misread silence as dislike. So next word is tempted. Its meaning feeling like doing something even if it isn't the best choice. For example, I was tempted to pretend I understood, and second one is she was tempted to skip class. So next is barley. Its meaning only just, almost not. For example, I barley had enough money for lunch, and next example is he barely finished a class assignment on time. And the last word is commute. Its meaning the regular journey between home and college or work. For example, my commute takes 40 minutes, and another one is I listen to podcast during my commute. So remember, guys, everyone starts as the new student. So don't be afraid. Okay, guys, so see you in the next conversation. Stay tuned with me.